Hello and welcome to English Unchained. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most fundamental challenges for language learners: how to elevate your IELTS speaking score from a Band 5 to a Band 7. So, let's get started. In this podcast, we will compare and analyze 3 sample cue card responses, ranging from a Band 5 to a Band 7.
1. Describe your first day at school. Where it was. What happened? Explain how you felt on that day. Sample answer, Band 5. I would like to talk about my first day at school. It was at a primary school in my hometown. I remember it was a sunny day, and I was very excited but also a bit nervous. When I arrived at the school, I saw many other children. Some were crying, and some were laughing. I felt a bit scared because I didn't know anyone. My mother took me to my classroom, and I met my teacher. She was very nice and smiled at me. In class, we did some fun activities. We played games and sang songs. I also met some new friends. Their names were Sarah and Tom. We played together during the break, and that made me feel better. At lunchtime, I ate with my new friends. We shared our food and talked about our favorite games. I felt happy because I was making new friends, but I still missed my mom a little. Overall, my first day at school was a mix of feelings. I was nervous at first, but by the end of the day, I felt happy and excited to go back the next day. Overall assessment. Band 5 is characterized by 1. Simple grammar and sentences. 2. Basic vocabulary. 3. Limited linking words. 4. Simple emotional description. 5. General, not detailed storytelling.
Band 6 sample answer. I'd like to talk about my first day at school, which was at a primary school in my hometown. It was a big moment for me because it was the start of my education journey. The school was quite large and had many classrooms and a playground. When I arrived, I remember feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. There were many children, some were smiling and chatting, while others looked a bit shy or scared, just like me. As soon as I entered my classroom, I met my teacher, who was very welcoming. She introduced herself and told us we would be learning many interesting things. We started with some icebreaker games to help us get to know each other. I met a few classmates, and we played together during the break. I remember meeting a boy named Alex. We quickly became friends because we both liked the same cartoons. During lunchtime, I sat with Alex and some other kids. We shared our snacks and talked about our favorite games and toys. It was fun, and I felt more comfortable as the day went on. However, there were moments when I missed my parents and felt a little anxious about being away from home. Overall, my first day at school was a memorable experience. While I was nervous at first, I ended up feeling happy and excited to return the next day. It was the beginning of many new adventures in learning and making friends. Overall assessment. Band 6 features. 1. Longer and more connected sentences. 2. Wider vocabulary, descriptive, not basic. 3. Improved cohesion/linking. 4. Some reflection and nuanced emotions. 5. More specific details and small examples.
Purple Circle Band 7 sample answer. I'd like to share my experience of my first day at school, which took place at a local primary school in my hometown. This was a significant milestone for me, as it marked the beginning of my formal education. The school itself was quite impressive, with bright, colorful classrooms and a large playground filled with swings and slides. I remember stepping through the gates and feeling a whirlwind of emotions: excitement, curiosity, and a hint of anxiety. It was a new environment, and I was surrounded by many unfamiliar faces. Upon entering my classroom, I was greeted by my teacher, Mrs. Thompson, who had a warm smile and an inviting demeanor. She introduced herself and explained what we would be doing that day. We began with some icebreaker activities designed to help us get to know one another. I vividly recall playing a game where we had to share our names and one interesting fact about ourselves. This helped ease the tension and fostered a sense of camaraderie among my classmates. During recess, I ventured outside to the playground, where I met a girl named Sarah. We bonded over our shared love for drawing and quickly became friends. We spent our break chatting and laughing, which helped me feel more at ease in this new setting. However, there were moments when I felt a pang of homesickness, especially when I saw other children hugging their parents goodbye. By the end of the day, I felt a mix of relief and happiness. Although I had been nervous at first, the warmth of my teacher and the friendliness of my classmates made the experience enjoyable. I left school that day looking forward to returning, eager to learn more and make new friends. In summary, my first day at school was a blend of emotions, nervousness transformed into excitement. It was a pivotal moment that laid the foundation for my educational journey and social development. Overall assessment. Band 7 features. 1. Complex, well-connected sentences. 2. Advanced, precise vocabulary. 3. Fluent linking between ideas. 4. Vivid description of events, people, and surroundings. 5. Nuanced emotional development and reflection.
Thank you for staying with us until the end of this podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so we can learn English in the best way possible, together, and for free. The results for online English learning resources focus on general courses and lack specific advice for advancing from an IELTS Band 5 to Band 7 in speaking. However, I can still offer some practical steps based on the fundamental principles of improving speaking skills. To help you move from a Band 5 to a Band 7, it's useful to know the key areas to focus on. Here are the core assessment criteria for IELTS speaking, along with specific strategies for each. Understanding the key differences, Band 5 versus Band 7. Fluency and coherence, flow of speech. Band 5 may speak with noticeable pauses, self-correction, or hesitation. Ideas may not be logically connected. Goal for Band 7, speak at length without effort, use linking words and cohesive devices accurately, organize ideas logically. Lexical Resource, vocabulary. Band 5 has enough vocabulary to discuss familiar topics but makes frequent errors in word choice or paraphrase. Goal for Band 7, use less common and idiomatic vocabulary resourcefully, show awareness of style and collocation, paraphrase effectively. Grammatical range and accuracy, grammar. Band 5 uses a mix of simple and complex structures, but errors are frequent and may cause confusion. Goal for Band 7, use a variety of complex structures with flexibility, frequent error-free sentences, good control of grammar and punctuation. Pronunciation, clarity. Band 5, pronunciation is generally intelligible but may require careful listening at times. Goal for Band 7, be easy to understand throughout, use a range of pronunciation features effectively. How to practice and improve. Based on these criteria, you can focus your practice in these areas. Practice active listening and mimicry, find resources that match your level and interest. For example, short, slow audio lessons can guide you through real conversations. Actively listen and try to mimic the speaker's rhythm, intonation, and word choice. Target your weaknesses, record yourself answering IELTS-style questions, then listen back. Identify if you pause too much, fluency, make the same grammatical errors, or use simple vocabulary repetitively. For example, an online English pronunciation course from a university could help you work on specific sounds. Think in paragraphs, not sentences. Instead of giving short, direct answers, practice extending your responses. Use structures like point, answer directly, reason, example, result/consequence. This automatically improves fluency and coherence. Paraphrase everything. When you don't know a word, force yourself to describe it using other words. This is a key skill tested in Lexical Resource and will help you avoid pauses during the test. Seek specific feedback. General English practice is helpful, but targeted feedback is crucial for the IELTS. Consider working with a tutor who specializes in IELTS to analyze your performance against the official band descriptors. If you would like to explore specific practice activities for grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary building, please let me know, and I can provide more detailed guidance.